Hi, folks. Welcome back to Rip the Mask Off. Here's what toxic people don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that they're weak. They don't want you to know that they rely on people to give them validation and security. They don't want you to know that they throw temper tantrums and they have arrested development, in particular around emotional development. They don't want you to know that they have lots of addictions as coping mechanisms, whether it be intimate addictions of the horizontal kind, whether it be substance abuse, overeating, shopping, or using money in reckless ways, speeding. They have really adverse addictions, and they don't want to tell you about that. They don't want to tell you that behind their mask, they're ugly. And they know it. That's why they get enraged when their targeted individuals tell them that they're ugly and tell them that they're toxic, because they already know it and they've been too busy building up a false self to avoid the issue because they lack accountability. Another thing that they don't want to tell you about themselves is that they can't be alone. Because if they were to be alone, all the debauchery and evil, nasty mess that they've created in other people's lives would haunt them. They don't want you to know that they enjoy hurting people. Yes, they actually enjoy hurting people. Many of these types are sadists. They don't want you to know that they're not good with money. They either spend it recklessly or they leech off of others and spend their money recklessly. They don't want you to know that they lie a lot. That every time their mouth is moving, they're lying. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that they don't know who they are. And that's the reason why they mirror other people, trying to control them and consume them into their own identity, or lack thereof, to create an identity. They don't have an identity, folks. That's why 1 minute you're speaking to one person, and the next minute you're speaking to another person, but they occupy the same body. They don't know who they are. They're just chameleons. They have a meat suit, but they don't exist in essence. They're spiritually dead. They don't want to tell you that they're envious and jealous that you have life, that you have gifts. They don't want to tell you that they don't get attention. So the only way for them to get attention is by lying to others and being deceptive and manipulative. That's how they get their attention. They don't want to tell you that the only way that they can be desired by other people is, again, through lies and deception. And they run around like wily coyotes, scheming and plotting against people so that they can feel that desired effect, so that they can feel attractive, because they know that they're ugly. They don't want you to know that the only way they feel is through rage and despair. Those are the only two emotions that they know. Everything else is fake. All other emotions are performance-based. And you can often spot it. You can often sense it. When they smile, their eyes don't smile. When they're trying to be genuine with you, you can see it in their facial affect that it's rather flat. You know that when they are doing something so-called nice, it's transactional. They always have to have a benefit out of it. Now, mind you, it's understandable that one has a benefit from time to time, but all the time, they're takers. They don't replenish. They just take and deplete. Which leads to the next point. They know that they're a bottomless pit. They know that they're a void. And they know that they have to try and consume and bide their time and absorb energies from others, but it will never be enough. The addictions will never be enough because they're just a bottomless pit. They know that people don't like them. Deep down, they know people don't like them. That's why they feel the need to lie. Because if people really got to know the real them, which eventually they do, they know that others will abandon them, which eventually happens. So when they're projecting and saying, oh, nobody likes her, nobody likes him, they're really talking about themselves. They know that people would not like them once the mask falls off. Most of all, they don't like themselves. They don't like themselves so much that they would rather try to copy other people and their character traits to discard their own. Now that's a different level of self-hate. They don't want you to know that they're stupid. That they do the same thing over and over again, never learning. So rest assured, what's happened to you, happened to the person before you, will happen to the person after you, and will happen to the person after you. They do the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. But the same result happens. People leave them. And for those that do not or choose to hang on as a ride or die are a special kind of bird. Who probably relate so much to the toxic traits. They don't want to tell you that they feel out of control all the time. That's the reason why they have this unhealthy attachment to controlling other people, because their lives are out of control and they know it. They don't want to tell you that they know that they're not good people. That's why they spend so much time crafting an image and trying to make it seem that they are. So there you have it, a few things of what they don't want to tell you. they're being exposed.